Okay, so I wanted to make another video because I'm sure some people were like, why is she just post this random video about tummy issues? So this all kind of connects. So let's say this. Right now, we have a lot of people that are just sick without dealing with the 19 and this new variant. And we have people passing away specifically in the Black community that are dealing with existing health conditions. And we have everybody, a lot of people that have across all walks of life and all races are dealing with being very terrified about passing away from the 19 because of existing health conditions. If you talk to a natural doctor, a holistic doctor, a naturopath or naturopath, any kind of doctor that is more Eastern medical leaning versus Western medical leaning, and you can do research as to what Eastern medicine is and what Western medicine is. But basically, my mother, even though she is trained through Western medicine, she still attacks health through a natural kind of approach. And so I've adopted that after having so many digestive issues and Western doctors throwing pills at me and not really telling me about how to eat. And so when I talk to a holistic doctor or a naturopathic doctor, he or she emphasizes how much my gut, my stomach, and my digestive system is connected to the rest of the body. You talk to a Western doctor, he or she is probably talking to you about your heart and your brain. Well, the thing is, what I eat eventually enters my bloodstream, and my blood is traveling to my heart and my brain. So if my blood is dirty or toxic or full of fried foods or full of dairy or full of fermented meat or fermented alcohol, things like that, then it makes my blood dirty. And then that affects all of my organs, my liver, my kidneys, and my pancreas, things that filter my blood, and all of the toxins that may enter my stomach are having to work extra hard. And sometimes because we're eating so bad, they literally can't keep up with it. And that's when the cancer cells show up. We all have cancer cells in our bodies. But there are certain things that we eat and that we do to our bodies that activate the cells. So we want to keep those cells dormant. We want to keep those cells not dancing around, not doing anything new. And so the way that we do that is by taking care of our gut. And that starts in our stomach, because that is the center of our immune system. If you ask a natural doctor, that is the center of our immune system, because what we eat has so much of an impact on the rest of our body. And so that's why in my last video, I mentioned how do you want to feel and how do you want to live if you're 30 right now, how do you want to feel and live when you're 60? And that has so much to do with the way that you party right now and what you consume when you're partying, what you're consuming at the cookout, what you're consuming at home, how you're eating on the go, and what you choose to eat when you're in kind of a pinch. Those all matter. And so we need to be very mindful and careful when we eat something and it's not serving us well, or we feel a tinge, a burn, a something, because that's what the guy was talking about in my last video, the male 30-year-old. He was just like, my stomach's kind of burning. I like spicy food. Well, maybe you're eating too much spicy food and it's causing a little bit of a rift down there. You're creating a little sore inside of your stomach. I know for myself, I can't eat spicy food 3 days in a row, and I love spicy food. I can't eat it 3 days in a row, or else I start feeling a burn in my stomach. So I'm very careful. I go, okay, I'm gonna eat spicy food now, and then I'm gonna eat it 10 days from now. But I'm gonna be careful, and I don't put hot sauce on everything, because it just doesn't work well for my body. And so you need to do research on what works for you, because a lot of the things that are being sold in our grocery stores are not working for us. And we need to get back to just basically eating off of land almost. And I know that is so extreme, But that's when, as single people, we really need to learn how to cook. We really need to learn how to just prepare raw food. We need to know how to prepare a good sandwich, a good wrap, a good smoothie, a great rice bowl, or, I'm not quite fully plant-based, but that's something I know I'm working towards that, because that's where I need to be for my body and my tummy, to feel optimally. If you talk to a natural doctor, he'll say that he or she will say that once you start consuming too many, starches and eggs and dairy and meat and sugars, that your body, because of what's going into your tummy, will become toxic. And so, because that's not being balanced with any fruits or vegetables, organic, yes, go for that, organic. It's not being balanced with any nutrients, and the nutrients are in the natural and raw foods. And so if you're eating fried foods or fast food all the time, you're going to experience brain fog. You're going to experience tummy aches. You're going to sometimes have an overactive digestive system, so you're not going to be able to sleep as well, and your sleep's not going to be restful. You're going to experience skin issues. You're going to experience dehydration, because a lot of times those of us that eat bad, we're drinking bad. So we're drinking lots of alcohols. We're also consuming lots of sodas when we're eating bad. And that isn't helping. Carbonated beverages, that's like putting acid into your body, poison into your body. It makes me think of that movie Good Hair, where, Chris Rock is, I think, experimenting, like figuring out what's going on with, perms and everything. And he does some type of experiment with like Coke and perms or something. And it's not good, y'all. And so I just wanted to come on and clarify, one, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health expert, but I do a lot of research, and I have had to find what makes me feel good and makes my body feel good. And a lot of the typical things that people are consuming don't make my body feel good. So I've had to shed those things. I've had to stop drinking alcohol. I've had to stop drinking wine. I've had to step away from beer. I can't eat so much pasta. A lot of us have gluten sensitivities, so that's in pastas, breads, the normal, things that are on the side of our dishes when we're going out, or the center of our dishes. So a lot of us have gluten sensitivity, and a lot of us have lactose sensitivity, and we're not acknowledging it, and we're trying to figure out, why am I fatigued? Why is my energy so low? I challenge you to start eliminating some of those things for a week or two, and just see what happens. You're going to start discovering oh, I don't feel so much brain fog. I don't feel so much fatigue. Oh, I'm actually sleeping well. And one of the first things that you can do just to treat your body better is to start drinking more water. A lot of times when we're hungry, we're actually just thirsty because we're dehydrated. And if you're not someone that drinks much water, or you drink Diet Coke, or other or energy drinks, one of the guys told me about that. He said, hey, I drink a lot of energy drinks, I drink a lot of coffee. A lot of those things have chemicals in them that are kind of working against our body. Like I said, the world's addicted to cheese. The world is also addicted to coffee, and coffee's not working for a lot of us. So start playing around with what you eat and what you don't eat. Start eating more fruits and vegetables, organic. Yes, it's worth the extra cost, but right now, organic foods are almost the same price as the conventional ones. So you can make it work. Hit up your local Trader Joe's, hit up your local Whole Foods. My favorite place to go to get organic and natural foods is actually the farmer's market, because one, they're growing stuff that is local most of the time, and they're also growing things that are seasonal. It's kind of weird to see a watermelon in the wintertime, if you will, and so you don't want that. You want to have things that are actually available for the season, and they're being grown in their right season. And you can Google all this stuff, y'all. The world is our oyster. For those of us that are straight up millennials and Generation X, Z, whatever, we are in the thick of the internet age. And so our knowledge is at our fingertips right now. And so there's really no excuse for you to be eating bad and not feeling good, and then not say that you have the resources to figure out how to eat better. I also realize that some of us are living in low income areas and we're living in food deserts. I challenge you to maybe, buy a grocery membership somewhere like Peapod. Amazon's doing that right now, where you can get your groceries shipped in to you, or make a day of it, go somewhere else, find your local farmers market, or make that trip, get on the train, get on the bus, get the Uber, and go across town and get your food for now. It's worth it because it really matters. Like I said, the question you need to ask yourself is, how long do I want to live, and how do I want to feel once I'm older? If you know that you want to feel good and look good when you're older, then you need to make that decision now. When you're 20, 30, however old you are. It's never too late to make those changes. Be blessed.